because the kids need to see that. They need to see someone who serves. They need to see someone that has heart. They need to see somebody that walks with integrity. Last night about 3:30 in the morning, as most of you were going over my speech in my little notebook, I was reminded of a story that I had. 2 years ago, in the 5A district, by-district playoffs, we're playing the eventual state champion, Canyon, and I'm on the bench, and I have my little black book, and I'm like this. I'm looking over notes. I take notes like we're teachers, and I'm looking over the book, and my point guard, my little 5'0" point guard, comes over. True David and Goliath story. We were David, Canyon was Goliath. So she comes over and says, "Coach, hey, we're going to win this game." I said, "Anna, how can you be so sure?" She says, "Coach, you're reading the Bible." If God is for us, Coach, who can be against us? Well, unfortunately, we lost by 25 points to Canyon. They became the state champion. So we get on the bus, and I look at Anna's face, and she wasn't disappointed. She says, "Coach, next year, we just got to bring a bigger Bible." And so I always reminded that. That's a funny story that I always think of when I write my notes. And so, wow, good morning. What an honor it is to be here in front of amazing educators who shine every single day. Not only educators, but administrators and community leaders. To the teachers here in this room, you have inspired me this summer like nothing else. I am motivated with your stories. You have made me a better coach, a better man, and hopefully a better teacher. So thank you for your awesome stories. To TFCU, thank you very much for sponsoring this amazing event. And thank you for everything you do for El Paso and our community. And just a side note, if you ever need me for a commercial, I have an outstanding headshot in the back. You can just look at that and I'm your man. Region 19, awesome. Thank you for making us feel like celebrities. Man, a lot of my kids, my theater kids said, "Coach, you look like George Lopez. Are you his brother?" I said, "No." But thank you. You guys made me feel like George Lopez, made us feel all like we're big stars. So thank you very much for that. So who am I guess is the question. My name is Stephen John Solis. I am a computer science teacher. I'm the theater arts director. I am a freshman football coach, and I am the proud head girls varsity basketball coach at Riverside High School, the light of the Lower Valley. And I'm also the proud representative secondary teacher of the year for the district, Ysleta Independent School District. But more importantly, I am a father of 3 wonderful and amazing kids. Stephen is a senior at Riverside High School. My beautiful daughter, Jasmine, is a sophomore at Riverside High School. And my 5-year-old, I know it's kind of weird, we kind of went back. My 5-year-old Emmy, who will be a future Riverside Ranger. I'm also a proud husband. My wife, my strength and my rock, she's an investigator with Child Protective Services. And my wife shines the light every single day at her job in the kids' lives that truly have darkness. So she is my rock, and she is my strength, and I'm everything because of her. So on this journey, we all get asked, well, what inspired you? And we all have different stories. And it's amazing to hear the word father, because my father is the one that inspired me as well. And it all goes back to my days in Corpus Christi, Texas. I was a young man, the hometown of Salina, but I didn't live in Salina's good part of town. We lived in a place called Casa de Mañana, kind of the projects. It wasn't a house of tomorrow, believe me. So my father knew that education was the key for him to get out. He was a custodian for many, many, many years at South Park Middle School, home of the Knights. And my father knew that he had to make a better life for himself. He had a burning desire. He had a light inside of him that he needed to get out and shine. So my father enrolled at Del Mar College. He would work as a custodian in the day, go to school at night. Work in the day, go to school at night. Every day, I hardly saw my father. But I knew there was a bigger purpose in mind. One story that inspires me, my father one day, he had bleached the floors all day long. Didn't have time to change, so he had to catch the bus, get to school. He walks in, had to take an exam. It smelled like somebody had just died in a bleach factory. Here's this old man, all these young students come in. My father started education as an older man. Smelling like God knows what. People are coming in, these young girls and guys, and man, what is that smell? The custodian just, it's disgusting. And my father stood there humiliated and hurt. And he could have let all that dim his light, but he refused to do that. And the great thing about it is he persevered because he knew he had a bigger purpose, a bigger calling, like we as teachers have. We have a bigger purpose and a bigger calling. So I'm happy to say that my father eventually became a teacher and a coach for 30 years at a little school called T.G. Allen Elementary. And to this day, at HEB, we have HEBs in Corpus. I wish we had them here in El Paso. But at HEB, they'll go over and say, "Coach, These older men, these older women, coach, 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 to my dad. And that inspires me. I said, man, I want to be a person of influence like my father was. And thanks to him, here I am today, in front of people who also have a beautiful light inside of them. So with that, my father was a person who believes in the SHINE philosophy, and it's something that I preach to my kids every single day. And SHINE to me stands for service, heart, integrity, no excuses, and everything matters. And it's something that I preach to my kids on the stage, or I preach to them on the court, or on the football field, or in the computer science classroom. Because we as educators, oh my goodness, we have such a great responsibility, such a great gift. Because every day you guys go in the classroom, in the hallways, and we shine like crazy. And some of us, or some people around us, are like, hey, you're shining too bright. Calm it down a little bit. I can't keep up with you. Hey, but you keep shining. You keep doing that because people see it. And kids see that light. And we have the opportunity to pull out that greatness from them on stage or in the classroom or in the football field. We have that opportunity as teachers to be bearers of the light. So with that, I want to talk about a few accomplishments, and we all have the same ones because we are bearers of the light. We bring out light. The greatest thing is for you to see a kid that you have taught and coached and been with, and for seeing them excel. And real quickly, a great example of that was this weekend. We went on a date night. My wife and I, we don't have many date nights. Football coaches, it's crazy. So if you're a football wife, and some of you, your fathers were coaches, you know how it is. So we go out on date night, and we go to the El Paso Playhouse. Oh man, so you got to go see it. It's a great show. So we went this weekend, and lo and behold, 3 of my boys that had graduated are on stage doing their thing, shining that light so bright. And I'm not talking about small little one-line roles. They have major roles. And that's what it's all about, seeing them shine like that. It's going to the Chamizal National Memorial a day later. 2 of my kids, one was the co-director, one was the actor, they both were on stage. They had produced a play at the Chamizal National Memorial as a park staff that hadn't had a play like that done in years called Ground. And that play is about the border and the Border Patrol and issues that we face. And they're changing the game and they're sharing their light. And the last story I have is about a young lady named Viviana Alba. Last year, she had just come back from homeschool, had leukemia. I was in the theater one day working on a set. We're doing a Charlie Brown Christmas for these elementary kids that come in and watch our shows. Had no idea how to build a Snoopy house. It drove me crazy. So Viviana's in there. I walk in and say, what are you doing here? It's lunchtime. She said, I'm sorry, Coach. I don't have nowhere else to go. Do you mind if I hang out here? I said, yeah, fine. You're good. I go on stage and trying to figure this thing out. How am I going to make the Snoopy house and the doctor is in house and stuff? And so Viviana says, Coach, do you mind if I ask what you're doing? I said, well, I'm making a set. She goes, can I help you? I said, yeah, you want to help out? She goes, yeah. So lo and behold, I come in the next day, and I go to the theater, and there's a Snoopy house like you wouldn't believe. It was like carved by like a craftsman. This little girl had stayed up all night working on a set because she felt that she was important, and she had some value. And lo and behold, that darkness that she had because she didn't have any friends, she didn't belong, it started to become uncovered. And I'm happy to say now that Viviana, is an important part of our one-act play group. So that is what it's all about. That is why we are here. It's to shine our light. And no matter what happens on Saturday, hey, we're going to shine, and you keep shining because the kids need to see that. They need to see someone who serves. They need to see someone that has heart. They need to see somebody that walks with integrity. They need to see someone that has no excuses. And they need to see somebody that knows that everything matters because they matter. So keep shining. Thank you. God bless.